Hello everyone, welcome to Synapse Physio Junction. Today we are covering the kinematic second variable, that is location of displacement in space. So whenever we are talking about location of displacement in space, we are talking about axis and the planes. It is derived from the mathematical concept called Cartesian coordinate system. So the origin of x, y and z axis is center of mass, which is located at the center of the human body. So x-axis is something which passes from the body from right side to left side. If I give the example, x-axis is going from this side and coming out from the this side. Okay, it is this way. Okay, now y-axis. Y-axis is perpendicular to the x-axis, perpendicular to the x-axis, and it is also known as vertical axis. It is coming from upside to downside of the body. Now z-axis. Z-axis is something which we need a three-dimension diagram to explain. It is a axis which is coming from posterior side to anterior side. It is also called AP axis. Means z-axis is coming from back side to front side or front side to back side. These are the main three axes of the body, where x-axis is called coronal axis, y-axis is called vertical axis, and z-axis is called AP axis or anterior posterior axis. Second, we are going to talk about the degree of freedom for three axes x, y and z. If the segment or joint is unconstrained, means if there is no restriction, total 6 degree of freedom will be there. Means there will be 6 different kind of movement will be possible if there is no restriction at the joint. Biggest example of this is shoulder joint, where you can flex and where you can do flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, medial rotation or lateral rotation. Okay, and minimum there is 1 degree of freedom if there is some restriction. Now we are going to talk about the planes. To start with the planes of the body, we have to start like this. For x-axis, the perpendicular plane will be sagittal plane. For y-axis, the plane perpendicular to it will be transverse plane. And for z-axis, the plane perpendicular to it will be frontal plane. For example, let's start with the x-axis. Suppose this is x-axis. Okay, in this axis the plane will be perpendicular to it. This is sagittal plane. So the movement occurring will be flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Now for y-axis, you know that the axis is vertical. The plane will be here, perpendicular it, and the movement possible here is this one. On the axis there will be rotation, so medial or lateral rotation. Now for the z-axis, means the axis coming from back side to front side, the plane will be perpendicular to this, it is frontal plane. The movement possible here is abduction and adduction. Abduction and adduction means this movement. So that is how movement is occurring with respect to axis and the plane. Now the next variable is direction of displacement. Suppose you are watching wrist flexion from this side. You might say that movement is occurring in
Flexion in clockwise direction.
but if you watching from this side, you might see that it is occurring counterclockwise. Both of the perspective are true, but in anatomical term, there is no clockwise or anti-clockwise. We will use some terminologies such as flexion and extension, which is occurring at x-axis and sagittal plane, medial and lateral rotation, which is occurring on y-axis and transverse plane, abduction and adduction, which is occurring on z-axis or ap-axis, also known as, and plane is frontal plane. Now, if there is a displacement occurring linearly, so if displacement is on this side, it is called positive. If linear displacement is on this side, opposite side, it is called negative, according to the Cartesian coordinate system. Next, we will covering some other topic, that is magnitude of displacement, in the next video. Thank you.